All right, so you're prepping for an interview for an offshore renewable energy engineer position.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it
We're
is.
diving deep into RoleCatcher's career and interview guides today
Okay.
to really help you prep for this interview.
Sounds good.
Um, so the RoleCatcher guides kind of paint this picture of what an offshore renewable energy engineer does.
Yeah.
It's not just wind farms anymore, is it?
No, definitely not.
So we're talking...
You're talking harnessing power from waves and tides, too.
Wow.
So that means you could be designing these massive offshore energy farms,
Yeah, okay.
figuring out the best locations,
Right.
overseeing the installation, making sure everything works in the real world,
Wow.
even testing the latest and greatest turbines and generators.
So given how complex this role is,
Yeah,
let's make sure you stand out in the interview.
sure.
The guides mention some common questions that people trip up on.
Yeah.
A classic one: what inspired you to pursue a career in offshore renewable energy?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
How would you approach that?
So this one's all about showcasing your passion and knowledge.
Yep.
Think about what truly sparked your interest.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a specific project,
Oh.
maybe a research paper that blew your mind,
Okay.
or just like a deep concern for environmental sustainability?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, connect your personal story to the bigger picture of renewable energy.
So it's not just, I care about the environment.
No,
It's showing how that led you to this specific path.
exactly.
Gotcha.
And remember, details are key here.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify key experiences or moments from your past
Oh, wow.
that solidified your decision.
That's really cool.
Make your answer authentic and memorable.
Love that. Okay, so you've nailed the why you're here.
Okay.
What about the how you stay on top of things?
Huh.
Another common question is, how do you stay up to date with the latest technology and industry developments?
Ah, yes, the continuous learning question.
Okay.
Here you want to showcase that you're a lifelong learner, always eager to expand your knowledge. So mention conferences you attend,
Right.
journals you read, professional organizations you're a part of.
Gotcha.
Anything that shows you're actively engaged in the field.
But I got they don't just want to hear any conference or journal,
You're right.
right?
This is where RoleCatcher can give you an extra edge.
How so?
It can analyze the specific job description,
Right.
suggest relevant industry resources to mention.
Oh, wow.
So instead of generic examples, you're demonstrating you understand their needs and how you'd contribute to their team.
Smart. Okay, let's say they dive into your experience.
Okay.
With a question like, can you describe your experience with offshore wind turbine design and installation?
Right.
How would you approach this?
This is your time to shine.
Okay.
Don't just list your responsibilities, tell a story,
Okay.
highlight challenges you faced,
Okay.
the solutions you developed, and the results you achieved.
Okay.
Were there any innovations you contributed to?
Right.
Specific design software you mastered?
I imagine being specific is key here. Like, I used this software to overcome this obstacle, and this was the result.
You got it.
Makes your answer stand out.
And if you're worried about structuring your response in a compelling way,
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI feedback can help with that.
Awesome.
It can analyze your practice answers and suggest improvements to your structure and delivery.
Okay. Moving on to a question that I think a lot of people dread. How do you approach risk assessment and mitigation in offshore renewable energy projects?
Right.
These projects are huge and they're offshore.
Yes,
There's got to be a ton of risk involved.
absolutely.
So how would you approach this one?
They want to know that you're not just aware of the risks,
Okay.
but you have a system for managing them.
Right.
So this is where you talk about your knowledge of risk assessment methodologies and tools.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably heard of things like FMEA,
Okay.
which stands for Failure Mode and Effects Analysis,
Okay.
or HAZOP,
Oh,
Hazard and Operability Study.
hold on. Let's rewind for a second.
Okay,
FMEA, A0P. Those sound pretty technical.
they are.
You break those down for our listener,
Sure.
in case they're not familiar.
FMEA is a systematic way of identifying potential failures in a design or process before they happen.
Okay.
So you analyze each component, figure out how it could fail, and then assess the severity of that failure.
Gotcha.
HAZOP is similar, but it focuses on identifying hazards and operational issues.
So you're basically trying to think of everything that could go wrong
Yes,
and figuring out how to prevent it.
and minimize the impact.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And it's not just about knowing the names of these methods.
Right.
You need to provide concrete examples of how you've applied them in the past.
So, for example,
maybe you identified a potential hazard during the design phase and came up with a control measure to mitigate it.
Okay.
Or developed a contingency plan to address unforeseen weather conditions during installation.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So it's not just being a walking textbook, but showing how you apply those methods.
Yes.
And keep things running smoothly,
right,
even when things get rough.
Exactly. And that proactive problem-solving mindset is what they're looking for.
Okay.
Now, speaking of potential problems, let's tackle another big one.
Okay.
How do you ensure that offshore renewable energy projects comply with environmental regulations and standards?
This is huge.
It is.
Environmental compliance is top priority in this field.
It is.
They want to know you take it seriously.
Yeah.
So what are some key points to hit on?
It's all about showcasing your knowledge of the relevant regulations, permits, and impact assessments.
Okay.
But don't just rattle off a list.
Right.
Give concrete examples of how you've incorporated environmental considerations into your work.
So, for example?
Maybe you minimize noise pollution during construction, protected marine life during installation, or adhered to strict waste disposal protocols.
And if our listeners are not sure about the specific regulations for the region where the job is, could RoleCatcher help with that?
Absolutely.
How so?
It can provide up-to-date information on local and international standards. So you can walk into that interview prepared to address their specific concerns.
So it's like having a legal expert in your pocket.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's all about project management.
Okay.
How do you approach project management in offshore renewable energy projects?
All right.
So these projects are massive.
They are?
And complex.
Yes.
How do you convince them you can handle it all?
Well, this is where you talk about your experience with project planning.
Okay.
Budgeting, scheduling, stakeholder management, all the things that keep these complex projects on track.
I bet it's not enough to just say, I'm good at project management.
You're right.
They're going to want evidence.
Right. Again.
How would you show that?
You need to back it up with concrete examples.
Okay.
Talk about a time you successfully delivered a project on time and within budget. Or a situation where you had to juggle competing priorities and still kept the project moving forward.
What about different project management methodologies?
Yeah.
Should you mention things like agile or waterfall?
It's definitely worth mentioning,
Okay.
especially if you can connect it back to the specific job.
Right.
RoleCatcher can actually help you
How so?
identify which methodologies are most relevant to their needs,
Gotcha.
giving you talking points that resonate with the interviewer.
Speaking their language.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, let's tackle another challenging question.
Okay.
How do you prioritize competing demands and conflicting requirements in offshore renewable energy projects?
Right.
What are they really getting at here?
They want to see how you handle pressure and make tough decisions. Think about a time when you had to balance competing deadlines, budgets, or stakeholder expectations.
Okay.
How did you approach the situation?
Right.
What factors did you consider when making tough calls?
Gotcha.
And of course, what was the outcome?
So it's not just saying I'm a good decision maker.
No.
It's walking them through your thought process.
Exactly.
Showing you can handle the heat.
Precisely. And once again, RoleCatcher's AI can be a valuable tool here.
Oh, okay. How so?
By practicing your answers with the AI, you can get feedback on whether you're effectively communicating your decision-making process.
Gotcha.
Highlighting those all-important problem-solving skills.
Okay, safety is another huge concern in these offshore environments.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they'll want to hear about your approach to that too.
Yes.
How should someone answer a question like, how do you ensure the safety of personnel and equipment in offshore renewable energy projects?
So this is where you really showcase that safety is at the forefront of your mind.
Oh,
Always.
Okay.
You need to demonstrate that you understand
Okay.
the relevant safety regulations, best practices, and you have the experience to back it all up.
So what kind of examples should they be prepared to share?
Think about any safety protocols you've developed or enforced, regular safety inspections you've conducted,
Okay.
or potential hazards you proactively identified and addressed.
Right.
Maybe you implemented a new safety training program,
Okay.
or led an initiative that resulted in a significant improvement in safety performance.
And if our listeners drawing a blank on specific examples,
Yeah.
could RoleCatcher help them brainstorm?
Definitely.
Okay, how so?
Its database of interview questions and answers can provide inspiration and guidance,
Okay.
helping you recall relevant experiences from your past and frame them in a way that highlights your commitment to safety.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground on individual skills and knowledge.
Yeah.
But offshore projects involve a ton of collaboration, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm guessing they'll want to hear about how you work with others.
Yes.
How would you suggest approaching a question like, how do you collaborate with stakeholders in offshore renewable energy projects?
So this one's all about your communication and teamwork skills.
Okay.
They want to know you can effectively work with a diverse group of people.
Contractors, vendors, government agencies, local communities, the whole lot.
So what kind of examples should they have ready to share?
Think about times when you successfully negotiated a contract with a difficult vendor.
Okay.
Effectively communicated project updates to a diverse group of stakeholders, or resolved a conflict between team members in a way that kept everyone working together.
So it's about showcasing your ability to build relationships, communicate clearly, and navigate those interpersonal challenges.
Come on. And remember,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI feedback can help you structure your responses to highlight those collaborative qualities.
Gotcha.
You want to show them you're not just a brilliant engineer,
Right.
but also a team player who can get things done
Yeah.
in a complex collaborative environment.
About that.
Yeah.
Great.
We've talked about some of the toughest questions you might face in this interview and how to approach them.
Right.
But let's shift gears a bit.
And talk about how to make your application stand out.
Okay.
Even before you get to the interview room.
Right, because that first impression is crucial.
It is.
The RoleCatcher guides have a whole section on building a killer CV or resume.
Yeah.
What are some key takeaways there?
Well, first of all, remember those applicant tracking systems we talked about?
Yeah.
They're like gatekeepers scanning resumes for keywords and skills.
Right.
RoleCatcher's AI-powered resume builder
Okay.
can actually analyze the job description and suggest tweaks to your resume to make sure it aligns with what they're looking for.
So it's not just about using the right keywords. It's about showcasing the skills and experiences that are most relevant to that particular employer.
That's right.
That makes a lot of sense.
And once you've got that resume polished and ready to go,
yeah,
RoleCatcher can also help you with those all-important cover letters.
Oh, nice.
It can analyze your draft and suggest improvements to your content structure and tone, ensuring you're presenting yourself in the best possible light.
So it's like having a personal writing coach.
Exactly.
In your corner.
Yeah.
Helping you craft this compelling narrative.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now let's talk about the career path itself.
Okay.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide highlights the importance of hands-on experience early on, even if you're still in school or just starting out.
Right.
Those internships, co-op programs, volunteer opportunities, those are your stepping stones.
So even if it's not directly related to offshore wind farms,
right,
any experience in renewable energy or engineering can be valuable.
Absolutely. It shows you're proactive and passionate about the field.
Awesome.
And as you gain more experience, you can start thinking about specialization.
Okay.
Maybe you're drawn to the design aspects, or perhaps you thrive in like that fast-paced world of installation and project management.
The guys also mentioned certifications.
Yes.
Could you talk a bit more about those?
Sure.
Which ones are worth pursuing? And how do they benefit your career?
Certifications can give you a real competitive edge, especially as you progress in your career. They demonstrate your commitment to professional development and validate your expertise in specific areas. For example, the Certified Energy Manager, CEM certification is widely recognized in the energy industry and could open doors to leadership roles.
I see. What about certifications specifically related to renewable energy?
There's the Certified Renewable Energy Professional, the REP certification, which is highly regarded in the renewables sector. And if you're interested in the project management side of things, the Project Management Professional, the PMP certification is the gold standard.
Wow, there are a lot of options.
There are.
So how do you know which certifications are right for you?
Right.
Could RoleCatcher help with that too?
Yes, absolutely.
How so?
RoleCatcher can analyze job postings and identify which certifications are most frequently sought after. In your target industry. That way you can focus your efforts on obtaining the certifications that'll give you the biggest boost.
That's incredibly helpful.
It is.
It's like having a career counselor guiding you towards the most impactful certifications.
And speaking of guidance, don't underestimate the power of networking.
Right.
Attending industry events, joining professional organizations, connecting with people on LinkedIn.
Right.
These are all valuable ways to build relationships and learn from experienced professionals.
I've heard that a lot of job opportunities come through networking.
That's true.
It's about who you know.
It is, but it's also about building genuine relationships.
Okay.
And learning from those who have been there and done that.
Right.
You can gain insights into different career paths, get advice on navigating the industry, and even hear about job openings that aren't publicly advertised.
It's like tapping into a hidden network of opportunities. Now let's dive into the different career stages.
Okay.
For offshore renewable energy engineers.
Yeah.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide outlines a clear progression from junior to senior levels.
Right.
What are some typical responsibilities at each stage?
Well, as a junior engineer, you'd likely be assisting senior engineers with design and installation tasks. You'd be conducting research, analyzing data, supporting the execution of plans, learning the ropes from the experts.
So it's a lot about learning and absorbing.
Exactly. It's like a real-world apprenticeship.
Okay.
Where you gain practical experience and build your confidence.
Gotcha.
As you move into a mid-level position, you'll take on more responsibility and leadership.
Okay.
You might lead the design and installation of smaller projects, conduct more in-depth research, ensure the successful execution of plans, provide technical guidance to junior engineers.
It's like leveling up in a video game.
That's a great analogy.
You gain more skills, take on bigger challenges, and earn more responsibility.
And finally, at the senior level, you're overseeing those large, complex projects, leading teams of engineers conducting cutting-edge research.
Wow.
Securing prime locations for offshore energy farms.
Okay.
Basically making sure everything runs smoothly from start to finish.
Wow, that sounds like a huge responsibility.
It is.
What kind of skills and experience do you need to reach that level?
You need a deep understanding of the industry.
Okay.
Strong technical skills in design, installation, and operation of offshore energy systems.
Right.
Exceptional project management abilities.
Okay.
And of course, those all-important leadership and communication skills.
Yeah.
You're basically the captain of the ship guiding the team towards success.
And it sounds like continuous learning is crucial.
Yes.
Throughout this entire journey.
It is.
Technology is always advancing. Regulations are changing.
Right.
New challenges are popping up all the time.
That's why it's so important to stay curious, stay engaged,
Right.
and keep learning throughout your career.
Okay.
Attend conferences, read industry publications, participate in professional development opportunities.
Gotcha.
Never stop expanding your knowledge and skills.
It's not just about getting the job.
No.
It's about thriving in the long run.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
Okay.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming for the top.
Right.
Its AI-powered tools and resources can help you navigate the challenges, seize the opportunities, and build a successful and fulfilling career in this exciting and rapidly growing field.
Awesome. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah.
From tackling those tricky interview questions to mapping out your career path in offshore renewable energy.
It's a demanding field, but it's incredibly rewarding. And with the right preparation and mindset, you can ace that interview and launch a really successful career.
Speaking of mindset, I think that's something we haven't really touched on yet.
Right.
The RoleCatcher guides really emphasize the importance of not just knowing the answers, but also like projecting confidence and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's crucial.
All right.
Remember, you've made it to the interview stage, which means they see something in your resume and skills.
Right.
Now it's about showing your personality, your passion, and your genuine excitement for this field.
So how do you recommend someone project that confidence?
Yeah.
Especially if they're feeling nervous.
Right.
Any tips?
First and foremost, be yourself.
Okay.
Authenticity is key.
Gotcha.
Don't try to be someone you're not. Relax. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
And let your natural passion for renewable energy shine through.
I love that. It's not about putting on a show.
Yeah.
It's about letting your genuine enthusiasm guide you.
Exactly.
I like that.
Good posture, eye contact, a genuine smile can go a long way in projecting confidence. Even if you have butterflies in your stomach, RoleCatcher's video practice feature can actually help you with this too.
Oh, how so?
It can point out any nervous habits,
Okay.
like fidgeting or avoiding eye contact,
Right.
and suggest ways to improve your nonverbal communication.
It's like having a personal coach helping you refine those skills.
Absolutely. Now, another important tip is to be a good listener.
Okay.
Pay attention to what they're asking. Don't interrupt. Ask clarifying questions if you need to.
Right.
It shows that you're engaged and genuinely interested in what they have to say.
It's about showing them that you're not just there to deliver this rehearsed speech,
Right.
but to have a conversation
Yeah.
and learn more about the opportunity.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to highlight your achievements and skills,
Okay.
but do it in a way that feels natural and conversational, not boastful or arrogant.
Right.
You're showcasing your expertise, not bragging about it.
So strike that balance between confidence and humility.
Precisely. And finally, remember to follow up after the interview with a thank you note.
Oh, yeah.
It's a simple gesture, but it can go a long way in showing your professionalism and continued interest.
Yeah, it's a chance to reiterate your enthusiasm.
Yes.
Highlight something you discussed.
Right.
And leave a lasting impression.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to wrap things up, remember that preparing for an offshore renewable energy engineer interview is about more than memorizing technical details.
Right.
It's about showcasing your passion, demonstrating your skills, projecting confidence, and engaging in a genuine conversation.
And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
From tailoring your resume to practicing your answers and analyzing your video performance.
Yes.
Its AI-powered tools can help you put your best foot forward and land that dream job.
Good luck with your interview.
Yes.
We're confident that with the right preparation and a positive mindset, you'll make a fantastic impression and launch a successful career in this exciting and impactful field.
Awesome. Well, that's all for this deep dive on preparing for an offshore renewable energy engineer interview.
Yeah.
We hope you found it helpful.
We did too.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive into a fascinating career path.
Sounds good.
Till then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for the stars.
Absolutely.